All right, you guys, welcome back to the channel. Cali once more. Do me a favor, smash that subscribe and the like button so then you'll know when I drop some more videos. So there's a socialite scam going on in Shanghai, just like it is anywhere else. I mean, anybody that's online trying to meet attractive women, more than likely they're gonna get got. And as we all know, OnlyFans is just a cover up for prostitution. It could go from selling feet pics on there to meeting up with their highest bidders. Oh yeah, these OnlyFans girls are meeting their highest paying fans, believe it or not. But there's also other social media aspects of it too. Instagram is used for prostitution, extortion, and everything else. Let's see what's going on.
Their daily life looks like something out of a reality show. Workouts, luxury cars, gourmet dinners, and hotel room selfies with skyline views. If you try messaging some of them, they'll ask you to add them on a private messaging app. But to do that, you usually have to pay around $30. They
Yeah, that's how that becomes suspicious right there. To me, that's some kind of service, if you know what I mean. They lure you onto a different app off of what you met them on. I'm like, what's the point? How come we can't exchange phone numbers?
say it's to filter out casual fans. Then, for another $70 or so, you can get VIP access to private posts like Instagram stories, but locked behind a paywall. And if you're after more provocative content, you can pay around $180 to date her online. That gets you into private groups where explicit videos and other extras are shared. If you're a generous spender, you might even get an in-person meetup, what they call zero-distance contact. The promise? You'll feel not just her sweetness, but her salt too.
And keep in mind, this is mostly older guys that get sucked up into this because most younger guys don't have the money to splurge on like that anyway. I mean, if you're at home and you live in a home with your parents, family, or whatever, why would you waste your time doing this? It's like you know you're not going to get that far with this girl once she finds out that you don't even have your own place to begin with. So these are older married guys that already have families that are getting caught up in this shit. These are successful men.
$30,000 Birkin bag just for one night? A date with a splash of French perfume costs $800. Going out with full glam adds another $200, and her makeup alone is worth at least $100. For $1,500, you get the full luxury experience. Sounds worth it? If it is, go ahead. You're starting to get the idea, right? This model of sharing luxury experiences and designer goods operates almost like a business. These socialites won't even look at guys driving BMWs or Audis because a husband material guy can't afford to sustain this lifestyle.
Nope, not unless he's some kind of big CEO in which the top percent men are under 10%. And this is all around the world. It doesn't make a difference if you're in China, America, but those are the two biggest economies. There's more millionaires in China than there is in America. Just remember that. China has 10 times the population as America. And there's so many corporations in China. Not saying that there's not a lot here in America, but whatever America has, China has it by 5 to 10 times more, which is equal to more millionaires. Let that sink in. So basically, average people drive BMWs and Mercedes. It's kind of like where I live. I live in an elite area, but the average person drives a BMW if they don't drive a Tesla. I mean, I don't see a lot of McLarens driving around. You get what I'm saying?
Most of them don't have traditional jobs. They live off special arrangements. And if you're going in thinking you can win over a perfect 10, don't blow your budget right away. If you do, she'll size you up, keep you around, and it'll get harder to actually win her over. That's level 16. These Instagram princesses weren't born this way. Most started off like any ordinary girl. Drugstore makeup, fast food, food selfies, and heavy filters on Instagram. But then came the temptation of La Mer cream, caviar, and a social feed that looks like a fashion magazine. They decided to fight with the tools they had. If a girl didn't have access to formal education but had guts and a sharp mind, she used male desire to generate income. She flies to Korea for plastic surgery, comes back with the trending beauty look, and with the help of an agent, polished social media, and the right packaging, she multiplies her value. But most don't go much further.
That's crazy. So these girls are hiring agents to make their profiles look like more professional. Like if you see some profiles or fake AI profiles add you, you could tell that they're not somebody's behind it and they're not doing it by themselves. And these girls usually don't have any jobs at all, even though they have college education. They never really had any intention on building up a career to begin with. The only reason why they got the education is to use it as a badge of honor. Because women think that their education means a lot to a man when really the man just wants somebody that's going to treat him right.
When they get older, they switch strategies and look for a sponsor to keep the lifestyle going. But most don't save a dime. They live without a plan and lose their sense of direction. It's a risky path. Now, if a woman has a college degree and beauty, whether natural or upgraded, then with the right mix of surgery, professional photos, emotional intelligence, and carefully arranged dates, she can reach level 17. Marrying a celebrity, that's rare. But landing a wealthy businessman who stays under the radar, that's already a big win. Take, for example, the recent wedding of a Chinese mining tycoon and his second wife. It blew up online. In her wedding speech, she compared herself to a high-quality gold mine and said her husband, being an experienced geologist, knew how to spot one. That's a level 18 move. She introduced herself as an MBA graduate from the US and a former VP at a well-known financial firm. That foreign MBA made all the difference. It elevated her resume to a whole new level way above the average pretty girl. More importantly, her job in finance gave her access to a different social circle, where she eventually met her future husband. The MBA became the sweet spot where powerful men and ambitious women meet. Years ago, a similar story happened when a Chinese influencer met a billionaire at a business program. It was even said that during enrollment season, some women would hand out hotel cards to CEOs. There's also the case of a famous influencer who met his muse at Columbia University. People say he was super studious, but when he went to the US to learn English, things didn't go as planned, and it turned into a meme. See where I'm going with this?
Yeah, I see where you're going with it. So these women that do work in management, hotels and everything, they know how to get these guys. Even if it's a one-night extravaganza. What do you think happened to Kobe Bryant when he stayed at that hotel? Rest his soul. But yeah, he got caught up. He was messing with that receptionist in the lobby. Brought her up to the room, clapped her cheeks. Next thing you know, she filed a lawsuit against him and said he raped her. When really, she just wanted some leverage. So yeah. So if you think that women aren't going to go out their way to get somebody that they really want, the truth is they will, especially if you have that kind of CEO status and power.
In the end, it's knowledge that changes your fate. Looks alone won't get you to level 18. You need education, culture, emotional intelligence to be elegant at dinner and practical in daily life. That's market economy. The market is ruthless and layered. Even in the sugar baby world, there are bottom tier and top tier players. The high level ones know, luxury and looks are just the foundation. What really sets you apart is a smart brain. Look at traditional Chinese courtesans and Japanese geishas. They knew how to play instruments, paint, write, and hold intellectual conversations. As writer Lu Xun said, skip one day of study, and even a husky will pass you by. And after level 18, what's next? Of course, there's more. My ultimate respect goes to Wendy Deng. She surpassed any PhD. In my view, she's level 99. I'm not making this up. If you know her story, leave it in the comments. And let's remember that famous quote, a man conquers the world to win a woman conquers the man to win the world.
Wow.
Lu Xun wasn't wrong. So fellas, keep your eyes wide open. These beautiful, well-trained women can scam you with a smile. And if it doesn't work, there's still reality, television, cocktails, and backup plans waiting for you. Some guy might say, man, this is way above my league. I don't even have $1,000. I'm not even level 16. But hey, don't sweat it. Edison Chen taught us the secret to attraction is great photography. Shou Luo proved that for group activities, you need physical stamina. Hone your skills, take better photos, and level 16 is yours.
I'll just say this. Be cool and don't be a fool. Yeah, simple-minded, right? But at the same time, it's like you're not supposed to second guess yourself or why you're in a certain situation. A good situation that you think is good for the time being. It's good until it's not. You got to ask yourself, though, if I was this and that, would she even give me time of the day? And see, this is how a lot of these celebrities feel, these rappers and everything. The reason why they treat these women the way they do is because they know that if they were regular Joes, the women that they have in their life currently wouldn't give them any time of the day.
A friend of mine started shooting boudoir portraits. I asked, "Weren't you supposed to be photographing at that 5-star hotel with the skyline view?" He said the studio lighting was dark. I pointed at his six-pack and asked how he got it. He grinned. "By working out with the socialites I shoot. And here's the kicker." I asked if he charged them. He got annoyed. With all this talent, wardrobe, and equipment, they should be paying me.
And see, that's another thing. If you do like photography at like banquets, high profile events, as a man, that's another gateway into the women that you really after. Like, you never know who you're gonna meet at those, on your little photo shoots. You know, somebody might walk up to you and be like, "Oh, let me get a pic." You exchange information. You never know who's gonna hit you up when you're done with your photo session and you drive back to your hotel or whatever city or country that you're staying in. I'm like, "Oh yeah, I remember you." And you know, next thing you know, you guys are meeting up at coffee shops and 5-star restaurants, Michelin restaurants and hotels and shit. You never know.
I only don't charge out of pity. Honestly, I'm still not sure what he meant by mutual exemption. Coincidentally, I got an ad. Anyone interested in sharing a Shanghai socialite for $1,500 a day? We need 100 guys. Each pays $15 for 10 minutes with your dream girl. And then it hit me. That's the same model used by Japanese pop idol meet and greets. Anyway, that's it for today.
Yeah, that's real interesting. But yeah, money talks. Money talks, you guys. Money and status, manner, your background, skills. It all matters. It's not just money. Because you can have money and be goofy as hell. So basically, nobody cares about your BMW or your Mercedes because those are average Joe cars to me. Because keep in mind that most people buy things off of credit. Meaning if it wasn't for credit, they wouldn't have that to begin with. And the same with mortgages and properties. Everything is financed off of credit. Unless you got it like that and you're a trust fund baby and everything was left to you and you just have money to blow. But that's not the case for most people. Most people are average and most people are drowning in debt. This is Kai LaVale. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I'll catch you on the next video. Peace.